So, just a reminder that all the insanity, all the craziness, all the paranoia and panic and hysteria, the root of absolutely all of it is government. You can complain about what happened at the Capitol or what happened for months on end in the streets of America this year, or the businesses and jobs that are dead and gone now, or the isolation everyone's been enduring, or police brutality, or the 4 years of Trump, or the 4 years coming up with Biden, or what Twitter has been doing. And all those complaints can be valid for sure, but it's really easy to get lost in the weeds and forget what the absolute bedrock foundation to all of this instability is. It's the government. Democrats were at a loss during the 8 years of Bush. Republicans were at a loss during the 8 years of Obama. Democrats were beside themselves during the 4 years of Trump. Republicans are going to be beside themselves during the 4 years of Biden. The entire political landscape has been filled with people who are just sitting there enduring panic attacks over whether someone they hate gains control of an obscenely powerful government that they themselves voted in, or they're suffering because they're worried about whether their favored politician will be able to retain control of that powerful government. Either way, you've got unrest. People need to realize that what happened in the streets or at the Capitol or on Twitter, the bedrock issue is that amount of power, control, and influence Washington, D.C. has is so obscene that people of all political persuasions will continuously go through this cycle of panic. Joe Biden gets into office and you're happy? Okay, great. He's got a lot of things that he's going to get done, and a lot of your favorite pet projects are going to be implemented. Okay, that means a massive increase in government control. So prepare yourself for someday when someone you detest gets a hold of that control. And now what are you going to do? Well, you're going to do what you've been doing because of government. You're going to take to the streets again. You just need to recognize the cycle that you're going through. All of this insanity and near psychosis is occurring precisely because of everyone being worried about who is going to have control of government. That should send you one crystal clear message. The government itself is far too powerful. We're all worried about censorship, but what are we worried about being censored about? We're worried that we won't have our voices heard about things pertaining directly to government. All of the insanity at the Capitol and in the streets is directly tied to what government and government enforcers have done and have been doing. Without their control and heavy-handedness, you never would have had riots. You never would have had what happened at the Capitol. Whoever the president is should not define everyone in the country, and it shouldn't define the country itself. It should be a mundane asterisk about our society. Who knows how and when we get to that position, but I do know that it at least starts with people realizing it doesn't matter who's in power right now. It should be the case that who is in power is not quite as consequential. A highly undesirable person can always gain control of that power, so the goal should be to diminish that power, to have them be a side note so they don't even matter enough to have crazy protests or riots in the first place. A situation like that would inevitably lead to a far more prosperous place to live. But anyway, kind of a short one today, but like I said, it's easy to forget where all this restlessness comes from, the very origin of it all. And it comes from people losing their minds because government is way too powerful to have it belong to anyone else but you. And that's a recipe for disaster for everyone. Liberals, conservatives, Democrats, or Republicans. There is no ultimate happy ending for everyone with an obscenely powerful government that can put the screws to anyone. But that is all for now. Like and subscribe, and take it easy.